I'm coming to the close here. I wanted to share a couple before and after photos with everybody. I think it's pretty impactful to kind of see the quality of work we're doing and the profits that we've seen and how long this takes. This is actually a property in Manhattan Beach. Um, this was valued at $2,750,000. We put in about 146,000 in renovation, and it sold for a almost a $930,000 profit. Now, I will say this property sold during the pandemic when real estate was booming. This actually, my neighbor purchased this property, and I know he got into a bidding war with somebody. So I do want to be transparent. We don't often see a $930,000 profit, but this is possible. And this is the quality of work that you can expect from us and our contractors. Right? We try to update it as best of our abilities. That's where our project directors really are valuable and come into play because they know what works well for certain areas. If I had a project director down in San Diego, they know that area, that market. They know what people want, what's going to sell well, the comparables, and that's extremely valuable information to have as a resource goes. $2.6 million, about 75,000 renovation costs, sold for $425,000 profit. 6 weeks of work. Now, our goal is to maximize the return on investment, right? So if we're able to use existing materials, right? If the bathroom cabinets need to be replaced, we'll do that. But if there's still good wood there, for example, in this bedroom, you can see the top kind of latch area. Our goal is to kind of utilize what we have, but to zhuzh it up, spruce it up, make it more modern, make it look clean, and obviously not spend as much on materials if we can utilize what we currently have. Smaller renovation project, but 163,000 in profit, 4 weeks. Right, we replaced the tile on the floor, replaced the kitchen countertops, make it more modern, less outdated, fresh coat of paint. Again, this is 4 weeks of work. This is up north in Ventura County. And this was a $307,000 profit on a $1.2 million home. 3 weeks of work. Ripped out the penny tile in the bathroom, took out the old tub. We resurfaced decks. We also resurfaced pools, which is in my next example here. You can see in the top right, kind of outdated, cleaned that up, cleaned up the kitchen, more modern. So I'm going to end here. I just want to, again, show you a little bit about some before and afters, what you can expect. I will send this over to you as well, so you'll all have a copy of this. You'll have my contact information as well. Really hope we can help you the rest of this year and moving on to 2025. And again, if you have any questions, you'll have my cell phone number. Happy to field any questions, any calls. And if you'd like me to talk to your clients as well, I'm happy to be a resource for you, be an extension of your team, and answer any questions they have as well.
We did have one come in. So would you pull permits on the in-scope items where permits are required per city, or is this an owner builder permit pull? And then will you do work if the owner asks that no permits be pulled, maybe due to other issues on the property that may get flagged that are outside your scope of work?
Great question. So as the general contractor, we will pull all permits for the required work. If there was work that was done prior to us coming in, that's not involved with our construction, we're not going to, or I shouldn't say construction, but it would involve our remodel. We're not going to be involved in that. If there was work that was previously done and we're coming in to fix that and it requires a permit, then we're going to follow the necessary codes and laws in order to make sure that we're compliant and we're not putting you or your client at risk either. Permits can, I don't want to get into the whole thing about permits, but there are different types of permits, as you all know. Some of the over-the-counter permits can be pulled very quickly and easily, a couple of days. If it's like for like, may not have to pull permits in those situations. Some of the work we do is on the coast, right? We live in Southern California. There's a lot of beautiful homes on the coast. So have been situations where we need to pull, some environmental permits in order to do some of the work. That can take a little bit longer. It really just depends on the location, the city, kind of the time frame of everything. But we can provide that information to you and your client prior to starting any of this work. That hey, if we are going to pull these permits, we did some research. Here's how long it will take for us to get it. Here's how long the project could take. So you'll have all that information ahead of time in order to make the best decision.
Yeah, I think there could be some concern there sometimes, like especially in, LA, where there
Yeah,
might be an unpermitted addition or something like that, and then maybe this homeowner does want to do some reno, but is concerned that that's going to get flagged. I mean, truthfully, it's probably going to get flagged anyways because they're going to have to do
inspection.
the point of sale inspection anyways. So it's going to come up.
Right. That is a big thing too. I've had, some clients will ask, well, hey, we're just doing, small renovations, not a big deal. It's like, well, it can show up in those inspection reports if you are doing any construction that is, listed with the city, it comes up. And then if you're going to have to go back to then have to fix those things, it's only just going to delay it even further. So it's, we are firm believers in doing it right the first time so we don't have to go back and tarnish your reputation, tarnish our reputation, and really delay anything. So, my recommendation, if anybody's concerned about any of this, I personally don't pull the permits. I am personally not on the ground doing the renovations and project managing. Have a call with your project manager. They're educated, they're great resources, and they will kind of talk you through what you can expect and come up with a solution. And again, it's a free service. If I were to bring out a designer to come to my property right now to help me design my bathroom again, they would be charging me for that. We're not charging you for that. So I would say leverage us.
Yeah. Okay. What, give a couple quick examples of what, like small item things that might require a permit. Let's say they wanted to do, let's just call it a bathroom
Yep.
remodel and then a light refresh on the house. Is there permits involved in that or?
There were technically, if you're moving an outlet, that could require a permit. Small things. If you're moving a vanity, if you have to redirect plumbing, those are examples of when you'd have to, have a permit pulled. Um, what else? Yeah, moving
Converting
out
maybe a
tubs,
tub into
that
just
sort of thing.
a shower? Would that?
Uh, it depends if it's a built-in tub. You might have to do that because it's not. If you're replacing a tub with a tub, that wouldn't necessarily require a permit because it's like with like. There's an example from Manny here. They bought it like that, and to sell it now, they want to get a square footage permit.
So they bought it with an unpermitted addition, it sounds like.
Yeah, that's a. I'd have to get back to you on that one, Manny. So I'll take that as an action item for you, and let you know. I do have your name, and so I'll shoot you over an email later today about that. Again, if you do have additional questions, I'm happy to have you talk to one of our project directors who are kind of more involved with this type of work in the process. But again, we want to help you. We want to help your clients, and if there's a way that we can do that, that's easy. That's obviously in our best interest, and so we'll do that.
Yeah. Um, I have to say it does work. We had one done. It was, I believe, a 55 and older community around in the summertime. Market wasn't super hot. It was out in Escondido, and they ended up selling that one for multiple offers. It did go just slightly above list, which for a 55 and older community, which is generally, a little bit slower mover, just because the buyer pool is not quite as great. I think that project took roughly 2 months. It was a decent refresh on the house, and that one did sell multiple offers. It did go slightly over list. It did sell the first week. So it is worth it if you are going to, your client's home. If they don't have to get this thing on the market tomorrow, which if they do, FreeModel is probably not what they're looking for anyways, because they might be in some sort of distress situation as it is, unless they're, in a relocation type scenario. But it does work, getting the home up to par and, having buyers walk in and not have all these question marks in their head. how much is this going to cost? Oh, I see, that bathroom is not what we want. That's going to be, $20,000 when in reality it's probably not quite that much.
Yeah,
So
I would
it
also,
is good.
yeah, I would also say a lot of new buyers, and a lot of agents might be realizing this. They don't necessarily have a vision on what the property could look like. And so I think having a property that's turnkey, that's ready to move in, is only going to help even more. A couple things we're seeing that really help move the needle are kitchen remodels, refreshing those. Bathrooms are big ones. Garage doors are big.
Uh,
um,
like just
pushers.
a nicer looking garage door or
Yeah,
going
nicer
from,
looking garage doors was a big one to help increase the property value. There was
yeah,
an article that came out that talked about the aesthetics of the outdoors. Nice landscaping. In order to get somebody in, they got to look at the outside first, and so that is kind of the first thing they see is the garage doors, the exterior paint, fresh windows, and so we can help you with all that.
yeah, that's true. So, all right, well, if there's no other questions, we do have one. Do you offer comparisons on fees and finance charges, say like your company FreeModel versus Curbio or some other company?
We don't no we will not be comparing our pricing to others just because I don't know what Curbio is going to charge you or other concierge services will charge you. um, you're more than welcome to obviously look into them as well and do a side by side comparison. I will say though, um, if you are to look at other concierge services, because they are out there, which I would encourage you to do. I don't want you to think that we're the only ones, but look at their contracts. Curbio has a lot of verbiage in there that they have a lot more control, which we don't ever want to get involved in your business with your clients. We don't dictate the cost of the house and what it should be charged, or excuse me, what it should be listed as. Some other services will do that. If a property doesn't sell after 6 months, then they reserve the right to, have the price of the home lowered by a certain percentage. Um, Other services that you've listed in your question, they also outsource their work. So it's almost like an Angie's List where they will, they're a call center based solution. You'll get somebody maybe in Ohio that you're talking to that is not local. They're going to then find a contractor that's in the area that's going to come and do the project. But then ultimately, you're going to be the one managing the project. You're going to be the one following up on it. So there is a lot of value to utilizing FreeModel. And I think a big part of that is having those project directors is huge. I don't know if any of you have ever experienced managing a project. It is a full-time job, and it's not really that fun. So
Yeah,
I think that value alone is huge.
yeah, definitely. So, all right. Well, they cover pretty much everywhere where we operate. So I know you're in the Southern Cal point of contact. There is a Northern Cal. Both of them are in our back office. Um,
And I'm happy to provide you the NorCal agent's name or
yeah.
rep's name as well.
So if you're in that location, then you still have this service available. So if you have any upcoming listings or as we go out throughout the year, you got some stuff come up and you show up to the home and it's kind of a mess and they're being unrealistic with their price. This might be, a good solution or something to bring up to say, hey, I want to help you get that price. Here's how we do it, and let's get a free consultation out. And then, see where it kind of goes from there. So I think a lot of homeowners will say yes unless they're just really in a rush to sell. But keep this in your tool belt as something to take to you with your listings and get a faster sell and a higher price. So I've seen it work. So I can definitely
Absolutely.
vouch for it.
Well, thank you
So,
so much
all
for
right.
having me. Thank you everybody for your time. I hope this was valuable. Again, I will send out a recap with everything. You'll have my contact information. So if you'd like to schedule some one-on-one time with me, I'm happy to do that as well.
Sounds good. Appreciate you coming on, and
Thank you.
we'll see you next time. And then for those of you who came in a little late, just a reminder that the Christmas party email will be sent out to you if you want to attend. If you can RSVP in the next week, weekish, week and a half. That would really help us. We'll send out the RSVP form today via email, and then a couple follow-ups as well. Plus, it'll be posted in the private Facebook group. So if you have any questions on it, just let us know. All right, we'll see you guys later.